Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Kayla Marie and I make topic videos, spirituality videos, or whatever you want to call it. And y'all, today, first of all, if you're not new here, hi, it has been 2 months. Mind you, life has been a little bit hectic. I done went to Seattle. I done went to Chicago. I done seen Ari Lennox. I seen SZA. I had me a little situation, with somebody. I had to come on here and give y'all updates because y'all know I do not speak about things that I am not actively going through or things that I have not gone through and conquered, okay? So just know this is something that has been ruminating in my spirit. It's been sitting there. It's been cooking up. And I just am finally ready to share and just give y'all a little golden nugget. Because if you're in the same position, or if maybe this is just something you need to hear, or maybe you just want to be here and chill with me, that's cool too. I'm happy to have you here. But y'all, today's topic is whatever God has for you cannot be taken away. The work that you've put in, the time that you've taken to cultivate your being. And I want to go ahead and jump right into the topic. Y'all already know I don't waste no time, all right? I want to share some symbols that were kind of planted in me that I've reflected on. Y'all, when I tell you I was at work and this message just came down, like literally a download, literally. Like God was like, boop, here you go. So I was at work and I literally was like writing in my notes, like had to get this out. I didn't want to forget the message. But like I said, I don't come on here and talk about stuff I'm not going through. I don't come on here and talk about nothing just to be on here. I come on here to be real, to be authentic, and to really share with y'all some wisdom, to share with y'all some encouragement. And so what comes to my mind was an acorn and a palm tree. Acorns, when they're planted, they become oak trees, right? But trees take years to get to be a tree that we see. Once they're planted, a seed, they can take up to 50, 100 years to be tall and big and have roots, and those things take time to be cultivated, right? So follow me. So with the palm tree, it took me back to a conversation that I had with my dad a couple months ago, and we were on the phone and we were just talking about life. And my dad's a lot like me, or should I say I'm a lot like my dad. And when we talk about everything. It's so deep. Everything's so deep. When we were talking, he tells me about how I'm like a palm tree in the sense that I'm rooted in who I am, and my roots spread far and wide. And he told me that palm trees can withstand hurricanes and they can withstand severe weather because of the fact that they are so rooted. Their roots spread, they grow far. They grow deep into the ground. The little seedling, okay, they sprouted their roots first, and then came up and become the beautiful palm trees that we see, the beautiful palm trees we love that remind us of tropical paradise, serenity, abundance, whatever. I don't know the exact spiritual meaning of palm trees, but I know that that's what came to my spirit, and I remembered our conversation about that. And so that applies because both those things, it takes time to, as an acorn, like I said, to grow into an oak tree, but it also takes time to be rooted like a palm tree. It takes time to spread those roots deep into the soil, to spread them across so that you can withstand the severity of life, the obstacles that may come, the distractions that may come in life. So when you take the time to build that foundation, to root yourself, to allow your roots to grow long, deep, far, wide, when you're faced with adversity, you're not about to break. Okay, you might fold, you might bend a little bit, but you're not going to break because you took the time to root yourself, to really truly ground yourself, and you trusted that process of grounding because in order to grow, in order to be seen, in order to flourish, in order to be the beautiful thing that God destined you, ordained you to be, okay? We're going to get into it. You have to have those roots. You have to be really, truly grounded in who you are and know who you are. That's what I got from it, y'all. You are where you are at this time so you can learn to accept it, learn what you need to learn, and be at ease while doing it. Okay, so like I said, building that foundation, having those roots. What are your roots? Is it ease? Is it abundance? Is it acceptance? Is it peace? Or is it anxiety? Is it impatience? Is it lack? You know? And not to say that it's a bad thing. We all have our moments, okay? I have my moments, y'all. But understanding where you are right now, and is it a reflection of where you want to go? And not to say that you won't go where you are destined to be, because it's destiny. There's nothing that you can do to change your destiny. There's nothing you can do to change what God has for you, right? That's the message. That's the whole message. But where you are right now is very important. It's so crucial to where you're going. Because, like I said, when you take the time to cultivate the fruits of the Spirit, I don't remember what chapter it is in the Bible that talks about bearing the fruits of the Spirit. Anyway, you're here so you can accept where you are. Because if you never accept or learn the things you need to learn where you are, they're going to continue to come up. So even if you're moving closer towards your dreams, your goals, your destiny, these things that you might not understand or might not like so much that is in your reality currently, they're going to follow you because you haven't been able to understand where it's coming from. You haven't been able to accept it. You haven't been able to love it. When you take the time to just love where you are, to just accept where you are, that's what's going to also follow you when you're trudging along on your path, should I say. What you are embodying now is how you will move forward. When I say, are your roots ridden with anxiety, fear, lack, or are they rooted in abundance and peace and trust? Whatever your roots are at this time, that's how your tree gonna grow up. Or I don't know how else to describe it, because when I hear roots, I'm like, that's a tree. Ooh, it's getting a little dark. Let me more light. The energy that you embody at this time, that's what's gonna multiply. So even if you are in the most undesirable, let's say you don't like nothing about where you are, you want to change everything about every aspect of your life, try to embody the change you want to see. Okay, nothing is going to change until you do. And that is a hard pill to swallow. And I'm not saying that you got to be fixed. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with you. And I'm also not saying that you deserve to be in the spot that you're in. Learning to observe where you are. Learning to say, how did I get here? Let's backtrack. How did we get here? And without shame, without guilt, without judgment. You don't deserve to feel like that. I mean, those are crucial. Those can teach us things too. But without judgment, just stepping back and saying, how did we get here? How do we go from here to where I want to be? So try to embody the peace that you want to call into your life. The love that you want to call into your life. Okay, y'all? The kindness that you're calling into your life. Embody that now, because those things are within you. There's a reason you want those things. They are within you. So the way that you call that in is by embodying that. Even if you don't have it in your life, if people are not reflecting that back to you or whatever the case, I guarantee you, the more loving you are, if that's what you want, the more love you will attract. Because love, that's one of the most purest, highest frequencies on this planet. So when you can learn to tap into that on your own and embody that, you're going to have the most loving friends. You're going to have the most loving experiences by strangers. I'm telling y'all, I will not lie to you. I have been wearing more pink because it makes me feel more like soft. To me, I always equate love with like pink or red, but more so pink because I love pink. But in my mind, I'm just like, I am love. And I want to attract more love. Like, just depending, I set different intentions every day. But right now, like, my life's intention, like, the theme of my life has been, like, attracting love. Because I love love. I'm a loving girl. I'm a lover girl. So I've been, like, wearing more pink. I have been just having my mind set on love. I have just been loving more on other people when I can. And I kid you not, everyone is so, it's like it don't even have to necessarily even be said. When you just attune your frequency to what it is that you're seeking or what it is that you want to call more into of your life, I swear to you, it just, you almost be scared because it's like, okay, this is overwhelming. Like I didn't, but literally like just that being one example of like just having my intention set, like I want to attract more love. It comes easily and in ways that I wouldn't even expect because, of course, love, you think about having like a partner, you think about romantic love. But when I tell you like love from my cats, love from friends, love from strangers, that's the biggest one. That's the biggest one. But just embodying what it is that you want more of, that is the quickest way, I'm telling you. That's the quickest way to call more of it in. It might not always happen overnight, so don't be discouraged. Another key point, which is a really, really big one. This is the main one out of the whole thing. If you don't take nothing from this, take this, okay? Distraction is an illusion. You are meant to have certain experiences for more growth and expansion. You cannot avoid it, and this is why we are co-creators of our lives. We cannot micromanage or control every aspect of our life, period. And I'm sorry to say it. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news because I know I am somebody that if I had it my way, all of this stuff would be, but there's a reason we are co-creators and not just creators of our lives, because we still have to move and flow of everything outside of us. And it's exhausting to control everything outside of us anyway. But I want to say that the key point of this is distractions are an illusion, because I think especially like in this capitalistic society that we live in, if you're in America, life will life, right? And we'd be like, oh, that was a distraction. I'm distracted. I need to get back on my grind. I need to get back on my piece. And it's like it was an experience that you were meant to have in order for you to grow and realize what's important. And I'm not trying to say like nothing is ever a distraction. Like there are some things, I'm not, it could be a double-edged sword. If we're going back to the main point of whatever God has for you cannot be taken away from you, a distraction is really an illusion. It's not real, because at the end of the day, you are still on your path. You are still experiencing the things that you're meant to be experiencing. You are still getting the tools, the guidance, the wisdom that you need in order to truly fulfill the position and your destiny in the ways that are the most beneficial for not only you, but for everyone. Because I really truly feel like we are all here to serve some sort of purpose to humanity, to this planet, to our communities. I really feel that we are all little pieces of a puzzle. We're all on our certain little paths to get to our little place for the puzzle. And there's nothing that can take you away from your path. I'm gonna speak on me. Like I kind of mentioned this briefly in the beginning of the video. I got caught up. I got swooped up. I'm trying to choose my words wisely. I was talking to someone, right? It was very turbulent. It was very karmic. I'm gonna just call a spade a spade. It was not it. And I was going into a lot of deep reflection, and I was finding out a lot about myself. And that took a lot of time for me to process and unpack. That's why I got this download of distraction is an illusion, because that was meant to happen. And I really, really, truly am grateful for that experience, because it showed me so much about myself. It showed me about patterns that I've outgrown. Y'all, it was so beautiful. Like at the time it wasn't, because it was like, dang, like this is adding too much chaos to my life. Like I could recognize that I was a part of the drama. Okay, I was the drama. I am the drama sometimes. Sorry, shocker. I'm going through a period of my life where I'm outgrowing so many different things that it kind of showed me that I was not that person anymore. I don't feel like I'm above anyone or anything like that, but what I took from it spiritually, I just realized it wasn't a distraction. It wasn't something like, oh, like that's just supposed to throw me off. Like, no, I think it was truly something that God put in my path so that I could recognize, hey, this is not where my spirit is residing right now. Like, I want something greater, and I'm going to move towards that. But thank you. My mama say, good luck in your search. And I say, thank you. Good luck in your search. This is not for me. I'm going. Okay, I'm going back to where God called me to be. But truly, at the end of the day, you are responsible of the way that you tend to the fruits of your spirit. Okay, you cannot have your power taken away from you if you don't give it. That's kind of what that was. And so for the past couple months, I was just like, dang, like, who am I? Like, what is going on? And look, I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect at all. And I will be the first to admit I'm not perfect. I had to make sure my phone was not about to die on me. I have 6%, so I'm going to have to wrap it up. But anywho, if you are going through something similar, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a person or a relationship, it could literally be your job, or it could be maybe a friend, or I don't know, whatever. You got to put the pieces where they go, but don't feel like, oh, I'm distracted and I get distracted easily. Don't feel like that, because there's something in that you have to learn. We are not going to just have a straight and narrow path. As much as we might feel like, oh, I'm gonna lock in and I'm gonna focus on my goals and I'm gonna do me and I'm gonna do all the right things and I'm gonna be perfect and I'm gonna do this, this, and this, and because this is who I. That's when it becomes a problem. Because you are human. You are allowed to make mistakes. That I feel like mistakes are kind of an illusion too, but I'm not gonna get into that. But you are allowed to be human. You are allowed to go with the flow of life. You are allowed to give into temptation sometimes. Sometimes that, hey, if I'm gonna call a spade, look, like I said, a part of being human is having temptation. A part of being human is having vices. And don't ever feel like you're supposed to be so perfect to where you have to make the right decisions all the time, because sometimes you might not make the best decision for you. You might not always have the strength to not give in to temptation, or you might not always have the strength to choose yourself. That can go for anything. But I don't want you to ever feel like because of that you should be punishing yourself, or that God is going to punish you, because no, those are just experiences that are adding to you. Okay, all things are working for your good. Okay, Travis Green, I think that's his name, that sing that song Intentional. Okay, I'm done playing. So that was a big one, y'all, and that's a little tea on where that even came from. But slow and steady wins the race. And going into that, another point that I have is there is no rush. Okay, rushing and feeling like I gotta get this done and I gotta get this and I gotta do this and that is a projection of lack. And I'm gonna tell you why. If you truly know in your spirit, okay, you know in your mind, your heart, and your body that you are abundant and you're destined for greatness, and you will achieve everything that it is that you want to achieve. You will have a happy life, whatever the case, whatever your thing is, right? You're going to get the home, you're going to get the career, you're going to get your business, whatever your thing is, you will move accordingly. And this kind of goes back to the point I made earlier of embodying that feeling or that thing that you want to come into your life. So, and allowing it to come to you and allowing that trust to bring your desires to you. If you know you're destined for greatness, you know you're destined for whatever it is, like I said, act like it. Act like you know that your blessings are on the way. Act like you know that you are a business owner. Act like you know that you are wealthy. Act like you know that you are a millionaire. Act like you know that you have the love of your life and you are building an amazing, beautiful, loving family. Act like you know you have a good friend group that's loving and supportive, that you can call on and depend on. Okay? Even if that's not there in your life yet, act like you know you will have it, because you will. And if you don't feel like you will, you got to do some reflection. That says something. And it's okay. It's okay. Don't judge yourself. Don't feel like, dang, why can't I trust? Why can't I? Because again, that goes back to that perfectionism. You are not going to be able to be 100% trusting all the time and do your affirmations and, feel good all the time. Like I said, y'all, I literally am not perfect. And I have times where I give into temptation, and I have times where I'm overindulgent. I have times where I am wanting to control everything. So I'm looking for answers in every which way, and I want answers right when I want them, and I'm not patient. I have moments like that because I'm human. Give yourself the grace and give yourself patience and love, and just understand that it's a process. It's a process. I want you to be able to come back to that knowing, that certainty of God has more for me, or the universe has more for me, Allah has more for me, Buddha has more for me, Jesus has more for me. I want for you to practice and know and understand you don't have to rush anything. You don't have to force anything. You don't have to do none of that. Because what God has for you cannot be taken away from you. What the universe has for you cannot be taken away from you. What Buddha has for you cannot be taken away from you. Jesus, Allah. Okay? This is a good thing to keep in mind for Aries season. Aries season makes us want to charge forward. It gives us that pep in our step, that boost of energy, that leadership energy. Take advantage of that 100%, yes, to spring clean and organize, but plan, okay? Use that energy to plan. Use that energy to observe. Use that energy to pour into yourself, to really hear what God has to tell you, or what the universe is telling you, what Mother Nature is telling you. Okay, because I see signs in nature all the time. Pay attention to the birds. Pay attention to the people. Anything. If you go and sit at the park and you ask God for a sign, ask God for specific signs. I ask for ladybugs and blue jays and cardinals and all that. Okay, I'm just saying. Ask for a sign and you will get it. I promise you. I promise. You might be a little scared, but don't be scared. If you're going to ask for it, don't be scared. Understand and know what God has for you cannot be taken away. It can't be duplicated. Okay? It can't be taken from you. So just relax. Understand, know that you can relax. You can ease your way. But yes, y'all, that was today's message. I really hope that you can take something in it, even if it's not something that applies to your current situation. I hope that it's something that you could keep in mind and maybe even revisit when it's needed. What else do I have, y'all? Just know that nothing can deter you from what's meant for you. Period. I don't care if you were trying to find your husband, your wife, and you done gone through so many bad apples and you feel like you wasting your time, you feel like whatever the case. I don't care if you going from job to job, each job you hate it more and more, and you feel like, what am I doing? I'm wasting my time. At the end of the day, the things that you have in your hearts, that you so desire, that you crave, give it some time. And trust your process. Trust and understand and know in your heart, in your spirit, in your mind that those things are on their way to you. But just enjoy where you are, because there's going to come a time where the things that you want are here. Okay? And they already are here. Let me just say that. They are here. You just haven't connected with it yet. But they are here. They exist. It's just a matter of, like I said, being present. Be present. Try to be as present as you possibly can. That is the key. Even when it's hard, even when it's uncomfortable, even when you're not having the best time, even when you aren't the happiest, really feel that, because there's going to come a time where you don't feel that anymore. And it's going to be surreal, and it's going to be amazing, but very surreal. And you're going to think back to the times where you just relished in it all, and you just really, really took in every bit of where you were. You're going to be like, wow. Like, I really held on, and now look at me. Now look at us. Hang in there. And, if you're struggling, being present, find at least a couple things that you can be grateful for. That always helps. Even if it's one thing, God's working. Whatever you believe, even if you don't believe in God, the universe is working in your favor. Whether you believe in it or not, it's still happening. And like I said, nothing can deter you from what you're meant to do, the people that you're meant to align with, the opportunities that are on their way to you, that are for you. You have so many things that you have yet to experience. I'm happy that you're alive. I'm happy that you're living this experience, and we can connect and we can relate to each other, and overall just experience each other especially in this way. You know, the internet is crazy. Anyway, that's all I have for y'all today. I hope you enjoyed this. I really, really, truly do. And I love you so much. I'm gonna see y'all in the next video. Love you. Bye. Mwah. Bye.